Still no power. The phone is completely dead. This is so bad, Anna. I feel like my whole life was inside this little plastic box. How am I supposed to function today? Morning, Emma. Why do you look so stressed? You haven't even had your coffee yet. You're pacing around the room like a trapped bird. Hi, Anna. My phone is broken. Look at it. The screen is black and it won't turn on. I've tried everything, but there's no light, no sound, nothing. It's like it just gave up on me. Oh, that's sad. It really is a shame, but maybe it's just a tired battery. Did you try to charge it for a long time? Yes, I tried, but it's useless. Without my phone, I feel totally lost. I can't play my music, I can't check my messages, I can't even see the time. I feel like I'm standing in the middle of a forest without a map. Don't panic. Deep breaths, Emma. It's just a device, not your heartbeat. Let's take it to the repair shop. Maybe they can fix it quickly, and you'll be back online by lunch. The repair shop? Where is that? I usually just search for things on my map app. I don't even know where I am right now without that little blue dot on the screen. It's on Green Street, near the cafe we like. We can walk there together. It's not far, and the fresh air will do you some good. I have no choice. Let's go. But I'm telling you, Anna, I feel incredibly nervous. What if someone tries to call me? What if I miss something important? It feels strange to walk out the door with empty pockets. The world won't end in the 30 minutes it takes to walk there, Emma. In fact, you might find that the world is much bigger than you remember. Put on your shoes and let's go see what's happening outside the screen. I feel so exposed, Anna. Every time I hear a bird chirp or a car horn, I instinctively reach for my pocket to see if it's a notification. It is a very strange habit that I didn't even realize I had until now. I see you reaching down every 10 seconds. Don't worry about the digital world for a moment. Just look around you. The morning is absolutely beautiful today. The sun is hitting the buildings just right, and there is a gentle breeze that you usually wouldn't notice if you were scrolling through your feed. Maybe it is beautiful, but it feels so strange. Usually, I just look at my screen the moment I step out the door. I use it as a shield, I think. If I'm looking at my phone, I don't have to feel awkward walking alone or worry about who is looking at me. Try to look outside instead of inside your head. Look at the street, the people walking their dogs, the way the shops are opening their doors. There is a whole rhythm to the city that you've been missing because your eyes were always cast downward. It's like I'm seeing the neighborhood in high definition for the first time. Is that shop new? The one with the green awning? I feel like I've walked past this corner 1,000 times, yet I can't remember ever seeing it before. That shop has been there for 3 years, Emma. See, this is exactly what I mean. When we live through our screens, we become tourists in our own lives. We see the destination, but we completely miss the journey. How does the air feel on your skin? It feels cool and fresh. I can actually feel the temperature changing as we move from the shade of the buildings into the sunlight. It's a bit overwhelming, to be honest. There is so much movement and so much color. I never realized how much energy is in the air on a simple Tuesday morning. That is the energy of real life. No filter can replicate the way the light hits those leaves. Keep your head up, Emma. We are almost at the bakery, and I think your nose is about to have a very big adventure. Wait, stop for a second. Do you smell that? It's incredible. It's like a warm hug made of sugar and yeast. Wow, the bakery smells so good today. I can smell it from all the way across the street. Yes, that is the smell of fresh bread and warm pastries. It's one of the best parts of this street. Usually, you're so busy checking your emails that you walk right past this scent without a single thought. I usually just order my food online through an app, Anna. I look at a picture of a croissant, I press a button, and 20 minutes later, a bag appears at my door. I never actually thought about the smell of the oven or the warmth coming through the glass window. Now you see real bread, right here in front of you. You can see the steam rising from the loaves and the baker dusting flour onto the counter. Real life has a scent and a texture that a delivery app can never provide. You're right. The smell is so sweet and heavy, it actually makes me feel hungry in a way a digital photo never does. It's not just about eating, it's about the experience of being near the food while it's being made. Fresh bread is always better than food on a screen. See, your phone being broken is already paying off. You're reconnecting with your senses. Instead of consuming data, you're consuming the atmosphere of your neighborhood. Does it still feel so bad to be disconnected? It feels different. I'm starting to realize that my phone was like a wall between me and these smells. I was so focused on likes and comments that I forgot to appreciate the simple joy of a morning walk past a bakery. I want to just stand here for a minute and breathe it all in. Take your time. The repair shop isn't going anywhere. There is no skip button in real life, Emma. You have to stay in the moment to truly enjoy it. Let's keep walking, but keep that appetite ready. There's much more to see. Look at that bus. I've never noticed how many people are packed in there at this hour. Wow, the bus is absolutely full of people. I usually just hear the engine roar and ignore it, but now I'm actually looking at the faces in the windows. Yes, people go to work every morning, rain or shine. When you say full, you really mean it. There isn't a single empty seat left. It's the morning rush, the heartbeat of the city moving all at once. Full. I mean, there are so many people. Literally no space left at all. I honestly never watched this before. I always look at my phone, scrolling through social media while I walk, using the screen to block out the crowd. I guess I was in my own little bubble. See? You can learn so many new things just by looking around. You see the businessman checking his watch, the student reading a thick book, and the tired parents. Everyone has a story, and today you are finally a witness to those stories instead of just an observer of an algorithm. It's fascinating, actually. Without my music playing in my ears, I can hear the hum of the tires on the asphalt and the chatter of people waiting at the stop. I feel like I'm finally part of the city instead of just a ghost moving through it. Is it always this busy? Every single day, Emma. You've just been living in a digital world where the only people you saw were profile pictures. Now you're seeing the real humanity of your neighbors. It's a bit messy and crowded, but it's alive, isn't it? It is very alive. I used to think being connected meant having a full signal on my phone, but looking at all these people, I realize I've been disconnected from the actual human beings living right next to me. I feel like I'm waking up from a long sleep. That's the best way to describe it. Life isn't something you watch, it's something you participate in. Let's keep moving. Look up at those trees over there. I bet you haven't noticed how tall they've grown lately. Oh, wow. You're right. The trees are so tall. I feel like I'm seeing them for the first time. The leaves are such a deep green, and the way they sway in the wind is almost hypnotic. And the sky is so incredibly blue today. I don't think I've looked at the sky in weeks. Beautiful, right? It's been there every day, Emma. The sky doesn't need a high-resolution display to look stunning. It just is. You usually look down at your screen, focused on a 5-inch piece of glass. Now you're looking at an infinite horizon. I usually look down. You're so right. My neck actually feels a bit stiff from always bending over to check my notifications. Now that I look up is so much better. I feel taller, and I feel like I can breathe more deeply. That's because you're expanding your world. When you look down at a phone, your world shrinks to the size of your hand. When you look up, you realize you are part of something massive and ancient. Just listen. Can you hear that? The birds. They're singing so loudly. It's not like the bird sounds I use for my alarm clock. It's layered and complex. The air feels so fresh against my face. I like this, Anna. I actually like this feeling of being nowhere, but exactly here. Listen carefully. This is the real world. No recordings, no filters, no edits. It's just the raw, beautiful sound of a morning in the city. Maybe this walk to the repair shop is not so bad after all, is it? Maybe I was wrong. I thought I would be bored or anxious without my phone to entertain me, but there is so much happening. See? Without a phone, I can still enjoy life. In fact, maybe I can enjoy it even more because I'm not trying to capture it for a post. I'm just living it. That is a huge realization, Emma. When we try to capture the moment, we often lose the moment itself. Today, you aren't a photographer or a social media user. You're just Emma, walking through a beautiful morning with her friend. And that is more than enough. Anna, wait! The smell of coffee is so strong here. It's that deep, roasted scent, both bitter and sweet at the same time. I can almost taste it just by standing on the sidewalk. Do you want to stop for a second? I'd love to. This little corner cafe has the best beans in the neighborhood. Usually you're in such a rush to get back to your laptop that we just grab a quick cup and run. But wait, can you pay? Oh, I forgot. Without my phone, I can't pay online. I don't have my digital wallet or my banking app. I feel like a traveler in a foreign country without the right currency. It's frustrating how much I've let a single device control my ability to even buy a drink. Don't worry about it today. I have cash. Remember that? Real paper money? It still works. Let's sit for a moment at that small table by the window. We don't have to be anywhere in a hurry. Look at the steam rising from the cup. It's like a tiny cloud dancing over the dark water. Careful, it's hot. It's so strong. It has that perfect balance. Bitter, but also incredibly smooth. It gives me a different kind of energy than just caffeine. It's the energy of the moment. Bitter and smooth. That's exactly it. Usually you drink your coffee at home or at your desk with your phone in your hand, scrolling through news while you sip. You probably don't even taste the beans. Now it feels different, doesn't it? Different is good. Sometimes I think I was just using coffee as fuel. Now I'm actually experiencing it. I can see the people here, real people, talking, laughing, and clinking their spoons against their cups. It feels so alive in here. It's like a symphony of small human sounds. Exactly. These are people, not screens. You're noticing the way the sunlight hits the ceramic mugs and the way the barista smiles when she hands over a drink. This is the social network that actually matters. How does it feel to be a part of it? Anna, look over there. I never noticed how vibrant those flowers are. Red, yellow, pink. They are so incredibly bright. They almost look like they're glowing in the sun. Is that a new flower shop? I feel like I've never seen this much color on this street before. The flower shop has been there for years, Emma. It's one of the oldest stores in the neighborhood. You've probably walked past it every single day. But because you always look at your phone, your eyes were fixed on a gray screen instead of the garden right next to you. It's true. I feel a bit ashamed, honestly. I've lived here so long, but I've been blind to the beauty of my own street. Now I see more colors than I ever thought possible. There's a depth to that purple flower. It's so rich and velvety. Colors make life rich, don't they? Digital screens try to imitate these shades, but they can never capture the way a petal looks when the light shines through it. It's a natural masterpiece that doesn't need a filter to look perfect. Yes, rich and bright. I can even smell the faint, sweet scent of the lilies drifting over here. It's like the world has been switched from black and white into full color. I used to think I needed my phone to find aesthetic things to look at, but the real thing is right here for free. That's the secret, Emma. We spend so much time looking for beauty on our feeds, but beauty is a physical thing. It's the texture of the leaves and the way the colors change as the sun moves. You aren't just seeing the world now, you're feeling it. I feel like I'm regaining a sense I had lost. I want to know the names of all of them. I want to touch the petals and see how they feel. Life feels so much more detailed when you aren't distracted by a notification every 30 seconds. Nature doesn't have notifications, but it always has something to show you if you're willing to look. Let's keep going. The park is just ahead, and I think you'll find the sounds there even more beautiful than the colors here. Do you hear that, Anna? The water. It's so clear, and the sound is incredibly soft. It's like 1,000 tiny bells ringing at once. I've passed this fountain so many times, but I always had my headphones on. I never realized how peaceful it sounds. Yes, splash, splash. It's a rhythmic, natural music. Most people walk by with their heads down, but the water doesn't care. It just keeps playing its song. It's the perfect soundtrack for a moment of quiet reflection. And look at the children over there by the edge. They are laughing so much just by watching the water jump. They aren't trying to film it or take a selfie. They are just happy. Their joy is so simple and infectious. Simple things make them happy because they haven't learned to be distracted by a digital world yet. To them, a splashing fountain is the most exciting thing in the world. Maybe we can both learn something from them today. I think you're right. I need to learn how to enjoy the small things again. I've spent so much time chasing big moments for social media that I forgot how much joy can be found in a cool mist of water on a hot day. Small things really do bring big joy. It's about being present, Emma. The children aren't thinking about yesterday or worrying about tomorrow's emails. They are just here, now, with the water and the sun. Can you feel that same stillness starting to settle in your mind? I can. For the first time today, my hand didn't twitch toward my pocket. I'm not thinking about what time it is or who might be messaging me. I'm just listening to the splash and the laughter. It's much louder than any notification, isn't it? Much louder and much more meaningful. A notification tells you someone else wants your attention. This fountain tells you that the world is beautiful exactly as it is. Let's sit for a minute and just listen before we reach the market.
Wait, Anna, do you hear that? It's not the fountain anymore. It's a guitar. Ah, I love this. It's live music. There's a man sitting under the oak tree just playing for the wind. I can hear the vibration of the strings from here. It's such a warm, wooden sound. I see him. He's here most Tuesdays. It's a beautiful sound, isn't it? Much better than a compressed file playing through tiny plastic earbuds. You can actually hear the soul in the notes when someone is playing right in front of you. I like this sound so much better than music on a phone. On my phone, music is just something to drown out the world while I commute. But here, the music is part of the world. It's soft, it's alive, and it feels like it's telling a story about this specific afternoon. That's the difference between digital and real. This sound is real. It carries the air of the park and the mood of the musician. See? No phone, no problem. You don't need a curated playlist when the city provides its own performance. It's true. I feel like I'm really listening, not just hearing. I'm noticing the way he pauses between chords and the way the sound echoes off the stone path. Without my screen to distract my eyes, my ears have suddenly become so much more sensitive. When you close one door, others open. You've closed the digital door today, and now your senses are wide awake. The music feels more personal because you are sharing the same space as the artist. It's a connection that doesn't require a Wi-Fi signal. I feel a strange sense of gratitude toward him. He's just playing and I'm just listening, and for a moment, we are connected by a melody. It's so much more fulfilling than clicking like on a video of a stranger playing 1,000 miles away. Real connection always feels better, Emma. It has weight and emotion. Let's leave a small tip in his case. I have some coins. Then let's head toward the market. I can see the bright colors of the fruit stalls from here.
Oh, wow, Anna. Look at the fruit. I've never seen colors this intense. The red of those apples is so deep. The bananas are a perfect bright yellow. And those green grapes look like polished emeralds. The smell is so sweet and heavy in the air. My mouth actually feels hungry just looking at them. Fruits are so good for you, especially when they are this fresh. This is the heart of the local market. Usually you tell me you buy your groceries online because it saves time, but you miss out on all of this, the colors, the smells, and the energy of the farmers. It's true. I usually just scroll through a list of items and click Add to Cart. The fruit arrives in a plastic bag, cold and silent, but here I can see the real fruit right in front of me. It feels like it has a story. I want to reach out and touch that orange. I bet it's still warm from the sun. Go ahead, touch it, smell it, choose it for yourself. That is the better way to live, Emma. Real is always better than a digital representation. When you pick your own food, you are engaging with the earth in a small, beautiful way. The skin of this apple is so smooth and cool. It's a completely different experience than looking at a glossy photo on a website. I'm realizing that convenience has a hidden cost. It robs us of the joy of the selection. I feel like I'm finally participating in my own life again. That's the big lesson of today. Convenience makes us fast, but presence makes us full. You aren't just getting food right now, you are enjoying the bounty of the season. How does it feel to be a shopper in the real world instead of a user in an app? It feels wonderful. I feel more alive, more grounded. I'm not worried about my battery percentage or my data limit. I'm just worried about which of these delicious-looking pears I should take home. It's a much nicer thing to think about, don't you think? I definitely do. Let's pick out a few things to eat later. We are almost at the repair shop, but I think you've already found something much more valuable than a working phone today. Let's head toward Green Street. The technician should be just around the corner.
Look at all these people, Anna. The street is so alive. I'm seeing so many faces. Some are smiling, some look deep in thought, and others are just rushing by. I can hear 100 different voices blending together. Usually, I'd have my noise-canceling headphones on, effectively silencing the world around me. It's a symphony of humanity, isn't it? You see so much more without a phone in your hand to tether you to a different reality. You're finally noticing the subtle expressions of the people passing by, the way a shopkeeper greets a regular, or the way a couple holds hands. It's true. Today feels so different. It started with a feeling of panic, but now it feels strange, but also very good. I feel lighter. I realized I was carrying my phone like a heavy weight, constantly checking it for updates, as if the world would stop turning if I didn't. That realization is a lesson in itself. We think our devices keep us connected to the world, but often they are the very things that isolate us. The world is much bigger and much more interesting than the 5-inch screen we usually stare at. I think I'm starting to see this broken phone as a small gift. It forced me to look up. It forced me to listen. If it hadn't stopped working, I would have spent this entire walk looking down at my feet, missing the flowers, the music, and even the smell of the bread. I would have missed today. A small gift. I like that. Sometimes the universe has to break our toys to get our attention. You've traded your digital notifications for real-life observations, and I can see the difference in your eyes. You look more present, Emma. You look more like yourself. I feel more like myself. I feel like I'm not just a consumer of content anymore. I'm a witness to life. I'm not sure I want to go back to the way things were. But we have arrived. There it is, the repair shop. Let's see what the verdict is. Let's go in. But remember, even if he fixes it in 2 minutes, don't let that little screen pull you back into the shadows. You've seen the sun today. Don't forget where it is.
Here we are. It feels strange to finally be at the door. I've been dreading this and looking forward to it at the same time. Hello? Excuse me, sir? How can I help you? Oh, hi. I need help. My phone is broken. The screen is black and it just won't start, no matter what I do.
Hello there. Don't worry, you've come to the right place. Let me take a look at it. The casing looks fine, no cracks in the glass. Let me try a hard reset. Nothing? Okay, let me open it up and check the internal connections.
I feel so nervous watching him poke around inside it, Anna. It's like watching a doctor perform surgery. Can you fix it, sir? Is it gone forever? I have so many photos and contacts on there that I haven't backed up in months.
Patience, miss. Let's see. Yes, I see the problem. It's not a ghost in the machine. It's just the battery. It has reached the end of its life and expanded slightly, cutting off the power. I can change it for a new one easily.
Really? That's great news. I thought the whole brain of the phone was fried. How long will it take? Can I wait here for it, or do I need to come back tomorrow?
It's a delicate job, but it shouldn't take too long. It will take about 1 hour to swap it out and test the charging cycle. You can leave it here and go grab a coffee or take a stroll through the park nearby.
1 hour? Okay, we can wait. Thank you so much. It's funny, Anna. Only 2 hours ago, hearing 1 hour would have made me feel so anxious, but now it feels like a relief.
1 more hour without a phone. That's one more hour to enjoy the real world before you get pulled back into the digital one. What should we do with our final hour of total freedom? The city is still waiting for us.
You're right. Let's go back outside. I want to see what else I've been missing while I was connected. 1 hour to just be Emma, without a profile or a status update. Let's make it count. 1 hour. It sounds like such a short time, but after this morning, it feels like a vast open field of possibilities. I'm not reaching for my pocket anymore, Anna. It's like a phantom limb that has finally stopped itching. Today, I saw the bakery, the flowers, and the park, all without a single digital distraction.
And you smiled more, Emma. I've been watching you. Your face isn't tight with the stress of a million unread messages. You look relaxed, like you've actually been on a vacation instead of just a walk down the street. It's amazing what happens when you stop trying to be everywhere at once. Maybe I did smile more. I feel lighter. It's funny looking at the people passing by the shop now. So many of them are hunched over their phones, walking like zombies. I want to tap them on the shoulder and say, "Look up, the sky is incredible today." But I know they wouldn't hear me through their earbuds. It's a powerful lesson, isn't it? So many people come to this shop because they feel their life is stopped when their phone breaks. But life doesn't stop. The sun still rises, the bread still smells sweet, and the people around us are still there, waiting to be noticed. True, life goes on. People walk, talk, and smile, even without phones. We sometimes forget that simple truth in our rush to stay connected. I used to think my phone was a tool to keep me from being lonely, but today I realized I was lonelier when I was staring at it than I am now, just talking to you. Today has been a big lesson for both of us. It reminded me to slow down too. We've spent an hour just being friends, without a single photo taken to prove we were here. The memory is enough, isn't it? It stays in your heart instead of just in a cloud server. It's a better way to store a memory. I can still feel the warmth of the coffee and hear that guitar player's song in my head. No digital file can capture that feeling of peace. Let's walk down to the old bridge for the last 20 minutes. I want to see the water one more time before the screen comes back to life. Lead the way. No GPS required. Just follow your eyes and the path beneath your feet. The world is yours for the taking, Emma, with or without a signal.
We're back. It's been exactly 1 hour, but it feels like I've been away for a lifetime. My heart is actually beating a little fast, but not because I'm worried. It's just a strange feeling to be reunited with something that used to define my entire day.
Perfect timing. Here you are. I've installed a brand new battery and cleaned out the charging port while I was at it. As you can see, the new battery is charging perfectly. It works now.
Oh wow, the screen is on. My phone is alive again. There are all my apps, my background of the mountains, and oh, look at that, 74 new notifications in just 2 hours. It feels a bit overwhelming to see all those red bubbles popping up at once.
You're very welcome. It should be as good as new now. Just try not to let it run all the way to 0 too often. Take care of it, and it will take care of you.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much for your help. It's strange, Anna. I have my phone again. It's right here in my hand, but I don't feel the same way about it as I did this morning. The magic feels a little bit gone.
What do you mean by that? You were nearly in tears this morning when it wouldn't turn on. Now you have it back and you look almost disappointed? Is everything okay with the display?
The display is fine, but before I felt lost without it. I felt like I couldn't move or breathe or know who I was without this device. Now, I feel free, with or without it. It's just a tool again, Anna. It's not my whole world anymore.
That's a good thing, Emma. That's the best result we could have hoped for. You learned that the phone belongs in your pocket, not in front of your eyes. You've reclaimed your attention, and that is a very powerful thing to own.
I don't even want to check the messages yet. They can wait. Let's walk back the long way, through the park. I want to see the trees one more time while the sun is still high. The notifications will still be there, but this afternoon light won't last forever. It's so quiet, Anna. I mean, my pocket is buzzing every few seconds now that the signal is back, but I'm choosing to ignore it. Today, I learned to see the world, to smell the air, to listen to the birds. and to actually feel the ground beneath my feet. Life is so much bigger than a small screen, isn't it? Exactly. Life is bigger, deeper, and more colorful than any app can portray. You're not just walking, you're observing. I noticed you didn't even look down when that last vibration went off. That's a huge change from the Emma I knew this morning. I realized that most of those notifications are just noise. Someone liked a photo, a store is having a sale, or someone sent a meme. None of that is as important as the way the wind feels right now. Today was special, Anna. My phone broke, but in a way, I think it fixed me. I think it did too. You've traded a digital connection for a human one. You've been more present in our conversation today than you have been in months. It's like you've come back from a long trip to a place where everyone speaks a language you had forgotten. That's exactly how it feels. I feel calm, peaceful, and actually happy. I don't feel the FOMO, that fear of missing out, anymore. Because while I was missing out on the internet, I was actually tuning in to the real world. I saw the bakery, the flowers, and the children playing. I didn't miss anything important at all. And you enjoyed it. That's the most important part. You weren't just surviving without your phone. You were thriving. You found joy in the simple act of existing in a physical space. That is a gift that many people never give themselves. A broken phone gave me a full day. It sounds like a contradiction, but it's the absolute truth. I'm going to make a promise to myself. Even though my phone is fixed, I'm going to keep unplugging for a few hours every day. I don't want to go back to being a zombie. I'll hold you to that promise. And look, the sun is starting to set. The colors are shifting again. Let's head to the hilltop. I think the sky has one last lesson to teach you before we head home.
Wow, look at the horizon, Anna. The sky is so beautiful. It's shifting from a bright gold to deep orange, pink, and that soft, dusty blue. It looks like a painting that is changing right before our eyes. I never look at the sky when I walk. I'm usually too busy checking my emails or looking at my step counter to notice the heavens.
Yes, evening colors are the most honest part of the day. They remind us that time is passing, whether we are productive or not. It's a natural masterpiece that happens every single evening, yet so many people miss it because they are staring at an artificial light in their palms.
I feel like I've been missing a free show every night of my life. Now it feels amazing to just stand here and watch the light fade. This is the real gift of the day. It's not about the messages I received or the work I finished. It's about this moment of absolute peace under a vast, colorful sky.
This is what it means to be alive, Emma. Today, you learn to look up, not only down at your phone. You've reclaimed your sense of wonder. When you look up, you realize how small your problems are compared to the beauty of the world. It's a very good lesson to carry with you.
I feel so calm and happy. I realized that my phone was a thief. It was stealing these moments from me, one notification at a time. I thought it was giving me the world, but it was actually keeping me from it. I feel like I've finally come home to myself.
You've discovered the secret to a happy life: presence. The digital world is full of noise, but the real world is full of music. You just have to be quiet enough to hear it. Are you ready to head back, or do you want to wait until the first star appears? Let's wait for the star. I want to see the transition from day to night with my own eyes. I don't need to take a photo of it to remember how it feels. I want the memory to live in my mind, not just in my gallery. Today was special, Anna. Thank you for walking through the silence with me.
Anytime, Emma. Silence is much more interesting when you have a friend to share it with. Let's just watch. No apps, no filters. Just us and the universe.
There it is. Look, Anna, the first star. It's just a tiny silver pinprick in the dark blue, but it's so incredibly bright. I can't remember the last time I actually waited for the stars to come out. Usually by this time, I'm already on the couch with the TV on and my phone in my lap, lost in a double-screen haze.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Just one little light, but it changes the whole feeling of the sky. When we sit in the dark like this, our other senses start to sharpen even more. Can you hear how the city sounds have changed? The birds are quiet now, and the air feels heavier, cooler.
Yes, the air feels cooler, and the city sounds different too. It's a low, distant hum now. It's peaceful. I feel like my internal rhythm has finally slowed down to match the world around me. My phone buzzed in my pocket just a second ago, but I didn't even feel the urge to check who it was. The star is much more interesting.
That's the ultimate victory, Emma. You've mastered the buzz. You've realized that a notification is just an interruption, but a star is an invitation to wonder, to dream, and to realize that we are part of a much larger story than what's happening on our social media feeds. It's true. I feel so much more connected to the universe tonight than I ever did when I had 5 bars of signal. This morning, a black screen felt like a tragedy. Tonight, the dark sky feels like a luxury. I think I'm going to leave my phone off for the rest of the evening. I want to keep this feeling of clarity as long as I can. I think that is a wonderful idea. Let's walk back slowly in the twilight. We don't need a flashlight. The street lamps and the moon will guide us. Today wasn't just about fixing a battery, was it? It was about recharging your soul. Recharging my soul. I like that. I feel powered up in a way that has nothing to do with electricity. Thank you, Anna, for the coffee, for the walk, and for helping me see that life is what happens when you finally put the phone away. You're very welcome, Emma. Now, let's go home. I think we've both had enough content for one day. Real life is a pretty good show, don't you think? The best show in the world. And the best part is, there are no commercials and the battery never truly runs out.
We're home. It's strange to walk through the front door and not immediately start looking for my charger. Usually, the first thing I do is plug the phone in and sit on the edge of the sofa, scrolling through everything I missed during the day. But the house feels so still, so peaceful tonight.
The house is the same as always, Emma. It's you that's different. You aren't rushing to the electrical outlet like it's an oxygen tank. Look at the way the moonlight is coming through the kitchen window. It creates such long, elegant shadows on the floor. Have you ever noticed that before? No, I haven't. I usually have all the bright overhead lights on so I can see my screen better. But the moonlight is so soft. It makes the whole room look different, almost magical. I think I'll leave the big lights off for a while. I want to sit here in the quiet and just think about everything we saw today. That sounds like a perfect end to the day. No blue light, no loudspeakers, just the natural end of a long journey. I'm going to head to my room, but I'm really glad we had this disaster today. It turned out to be the most interesting Tuesday we've had in years. Good night, Anna, and thank you. I think I'm going to put my phone in the kitchen drawer tonight. I don't want it on my nightstand, vibrating every time someone halfway across the world posts a comment. I want to wake up tomorrow and look at the sun before I look at a pixel. A phone in a drawer. That's a bold move, Emma, but I think you're ready for it. Sleep well. You've earned a rest that isn't interrupted by a glowing screen. See you in the morning, the real physical morning. Good night. I feel so relaxed. My mind isn't racing with news headlines or photo captions. It's just quiet. I can hear my own breathing and the soft ticking of the clock on the wall. It's a steady, comforting rhythm. For the first time in a long time, I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Good morning, Anna. Look at the window. The light is hitting the wall in such a beautiful golden pattern. I've been awake for 20 minutes, and I haven't even touched the kitchen drawer yet. I just sat up and watched the dust motes dancing in the sun. Morning, Emma. You look radiant. Truly. No dark circles under your eyes from late night scrolling. And look at you. You're already dressed and standing by the window. Usually I have to drag you out of bed while you're half asleep, clutching your phone like a lifeline. I feel so much more awake.
It's strange. Without the phone as my alarm, I used that old wind-up clock on the shelf. The tick-tock was like a heartbeat in the room. I woke up because I felt the sun on my face, not because a digital ringtone shocked me into consciousness. The morning feels fresh and full of potential. So what's the plan? Are you going to open that drawer now? The world has been spinning for 8 hours. I'm sure there are 100 messages waiting to tell you things that don't really matter. I'll check it eventually, but not yet. I want to make breakfast first. I want to hear the eggs sizzling in the pan and smell the coffee beans grinding. I want to live my morning in the real world before I let the digital one in. I realized yesterday that the world doesn't end if I'm not available every second. That is the ultimate freedom, Emma. You've broken the invisible leash. You're the boss of the technology now, instead of the other way around. Let's make a big breakfast. Pancakes, fresh fruit, the works. We can sit on the balcony and watch the neighborhood wake up. I love that. I want to see the trees we saw yesterday, but from up here. I want to see if that same bus goes by at the same time. I feel like a scientist observing a new planet, even though it's just my own street. Everything is the same, yet everything is completely new. The world is always new if you have fresh eyes to see it. Today is a new day, a new start. No black screens, no panic, just a beautiful, clear morning. Ready to start the day for real? Ready. And you know what? I think I'll leave the phone in the drawer until we're done with breakfast. The eggs are more important than the emails. Let's go.